Talk to him. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. This morning, man, you had a question of the day on your heart, huh?
Bro, like I don't know what it is. Last couple of weeks, I've been up at 6. Even I ain't got to get up at 6 no more.
It's all good. Starting your day early is what it is. I'm gonna put out some little vlog footage on the IG today.
I had to hit you with the halfback pass. You feel me?
No, for sure. You know, I caught it. I'm gonna take it to the end zone, man. So your question
is, I gotta keep this by me when I cast. I don't know why, but I love it. My daughter gave it to me.
Everybody needs some little gadgets and gadgets on their desk, bro. Everybody needs some on the desk. But your question of the day. So the way you worded it when you texted to me, it was more pointed. But I wanted to make it general because you know my chat is fairly even with guys and women on any given day. You know, we could have a couple females, a couple dudes in here. So I wanted to make it more balanced. But I know you sent it to me from the male POV for sure. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But why did
the video that I sent you? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it was why do people succumb to fear of missing out? So I just changed it to why do people succumb to fear of missing out? I know when you sent it to me, it was more pointed at the women, and I have discussed it on my channel before, so it's not a foreign conversation to the chat. Soft Rain said, like the stream, comment below, share with the friends, subscribe. That's what I'm talking about. Chat333 getting active. I got to get April wrenched. I got to get April wrenched up. Somebody remind me to wrench up Soft Rain. But yeah, you said, why do people succumb to fear of missing out? And then you said, especially when they're in, or especially when it's their fault, is what you said, or it's their fault that they're experiencing it. Is what your whole question was. So talk to me, man. What you think it is?
Man, we always talk about how the internet likes to tell people. We saying people, y'all. So don't start, because I'm ready today. I threw up the boxing gloves for a reason, but we said people do this to themselves. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you invited me on a trip and I said, nah, man, it's an expensive trip. I'm trying to collect my coins. You know what I'm saying? And then while you there, the whole time you there, I'm like, oh man, I should have went with Brian. I'm saying all of that. You know what I mean? And then you can't be having that much fun. You is though. Well, you know what? You didn't try to help me with the ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really wanted me there, you would have paid for me to go too. Like, no, the invitation was enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to go the extra mile. You told me you wanted me to go. If I wanted to go, I wanted to go. But I shouldn't complain about not being there when I got invited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I feel like it's self-inflicted damage.
Okay.
Self-inflicted damage. I think FOMO, number one, is probably one of the biggest self-inflicted damages that you're going to find.
So by FOMO, just so the chat knows, that means fear of missing out. Chat, what y'all think about this? Why do people succumb to FOMO? I'll say this, from the way that I'll answer it first the way you originally asked the question, just to be fair to you, and then I'll speak from the speak about us as men as well.
You ain't got to do all that.
No, for sure.
I like how you whipped it up. I like it.
No, I'm gonna discuss both sides. You know what I'm saying? So because I think it's different with men and women. So's the thought said, Tez, can we get a soft root of where this is coming from so we can respond accordingly? You text me a link, didn't you?
Yeah. I sent so I posted and sent you the picture, right? So the picture basically is
where you posted that? Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram. It's basically it's a text thread, right? So I'm you know what, I need to be accurate too. I'm gonna go grab it.
I got you. Don't trip. It's on your story?
Yeah, it's on my story. I had to, man. I couldn't. Normally I don't post like that in the story, but I had to. All right, here it is right here. It's a woman. She said, someone I like has soft launched his new girlfriend. You know, and then the girl underneath said, no one talks about the pain of seeing the man you rejected get in a relationship and treat his girl like a princess. And then the girl at the bottom said, I see why ninjas think we slow. And then obviously next you got Kevin Samuel saying, you can't make this shit up, people. You can't make it up, you know? And that's where it came from. Ah, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, so Reaper. Let's get it.
Yeah, so it says so I don't know how big y'all screens are, chat. So it says someone I like has soft launched his girlfriend. I said no to him. Okay, and then who is this? So it's somebody else in the comments
Yeah,
saying
it's all three different.
no one talks about the pain of seeing the man you rejected get in a relationship and treat his girl like a princess. And then someone else says, I see why ninjas think we slow. Yeah. So this was the context behind why you asked this question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I mean, as far as fear of missing out is concerned, I think women experience it differently than men, and I think they feel it for different reasons. Souls of Thought said that's regret, not fear of missing out. Kinda. I'll say this. As far I'm gonna get on that. But as far as fear of missing out specifically, women experience fear of missing out, and this is my theory. So y'all could just plant this one completely on me. I'm not speaking on behalf of men. It's just me. I think that there's no such thing, largely, for the most part, when we talk about Western women, because we're from a capitalistic society, there's really no such thing as a satisfied woman. It's why they scoff at words like complacency, contentment. There's no such to be satisfied means to be full, to be done, to be fulfilled, to be complete. If there's nothing that will, if you're the type of person that say shit like, you always got to want for more, then you have erased the possibility of achieving satisfaction
or happiness.
Yeah, you're never. Yeah, both. It's all in alignment, right? So I think the fear of missing out it runs deep within our American women because no matter which side of the fence they're on, the grass be feeling greener and shit.
Your mic is doing something weird again.
Damn, what's going on, chat?
You back now.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, man. But yeah, man, I think it's one of those situations where no matter what side of the fence they on, the grass always seem like it's greener and shit.
Yeah.
You hear me good?
Yeah, you good right now.
Okay. So like if a woman is in a relationship publicly, she may be like, yeah, me and my boo, woo, 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 this, that, and the third, fourth, and the fifth. But then on the phone or in the group chat with the homegirls that are single, and they making it look good that they living their best life or having their fun or being liberated, whatever it is, right? They making it sound and look good because that's what they do, right? Then the other chick may feel like she need to sabotage her own relationship and get back to these streets, subconsciously or consciously. You see what I'm saying? That's why they say single women keep women single. Now, on the other hand, if you the woman that's single and you making it sound good in the group chat, but you miserable with the dating experience that you having overall, right? But in the group chat, you making it look and sound good, pulling your happy friend out of her fucking relationship. Whole time you looking at their relationship, wishing you had a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lack of honesty between women. This is my opinion. Again, I could be dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, it's a lack of honesty between women when they talk about this shit. And that's why on both sides of the fence, they always feel FOMO. Well, because nobody being honest about what they really feeling on their side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
If it's one thing to have an opinion, it's another thing to have a hypothesis based on facts. I would say that this goes a little bit beyond having an opinion. I think if we talk to a group, and we would find out that exactly what you're saying is true. I mean, I don't know. How. I don't know when you started. Your journey into social and geopolitics. As well as social interactions and peer bonding. I don't know when you started that journey, but for me, it kind of started at school. Yeah. And one thing that I always noticed is, the appearance that people will give, especially when it comes to social media, is more based on what they want to look like and not necessarily what they look like. That's an evolutionary process. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by evolutionary process, it takes a long time. Like if you just started getting on social media tomorrow and you see a bunch of stuff, you might try to emulate some of that depending on your character. You know what I mean? And I feel like in relationships, a lot of them see the stuff on the internet and they immediately say, oh, well, that's how my relationship is supposed to look like. So they emulate this stuff and they make these dudes do some of this stuff through whatever methods, you know what I'm saying? And the dudes do it, acquiesce, but they arguing every day. They're not happy. And I've seen it in person. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it in person on several hundred occasions. I don't need to go into details about none of that, but it's usually how it goes, man.
So on the men's side, why do we succumb to fear of missing out?
I mean, no, in this context, since you asking, I feel like most guys who the only time we ever feel that is if we know we dogged the chick out and she didn't deserve what we gave her, and we like, man, I kind of wish that I had that one back. You know, that's that's what I see on the guy's side. I don't really. It's kind of a different. I mean, it's two totally different, sides. On the woman's side is I didn't get that dude a chance, even though I knew he was good for me because I thought I had options. And the man's side is I shouldn't have played around with this real one. And that's
Hmm.
usually how I see it on both ends. So I'm not pushing the, you know, putting the blame on either side. I'm just saying that for men, it's not necessarily the I never got a chance to, I never got treated like that because we get less opportunities than they do. They get approached a lot more than we do
Mm.
as a
Soft,
whole. As a whole, not
no,
everybody.
no,
As
for
a
sure,
whole.
no, for sure. Soft Rain said, or they see her happy and flourishing with the next dude. No, I never felt like that about an ex.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but like that's very rare. I'm saying like you know I don't usually get this way, so I can't say that I don't think I've ever felt that way, but I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I have a bunch of guy friends, and we talk about real stuff. Me and my guy friends talk about stuff. I tell them not to call women about that type of stuff. You know what I mean? She only gonna give you bad advice. So I say call a bro. You know what I mean? A bro will tell you because he been there the whole time.
Yeah, so it's a thought that I've never experienced it. Yeah, me either. Not when it comes to. I've never had fear of missing out on no female. I've had fear of missing out on like experiences of some
Hmm.
kind. You know what I mean? But never like
Women, no.
it's never been a situation where like me and a chick not dealing with each other no more, and then like another dude got her, and like I feel some type of way about it and shit. Like I don't
Yeah.
normally if it's a chick that got out of my grasp and she with another dude, it don't matter what you make it look like on the internet. I know what he going through.
Yeah, you've been there before.
Yeah, I dealt with her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what it looks. She made it look good when we was on the computer.
Yeah.
You feel me? That shit ain't. He said, Souls of Thought said, when I leave, I block LOL so I don't see anything. Nah, see, I believe in letting them watch the
I
movie.
don't. Yeah, I don't
I
be
believe
blocking.
I believe in letting them watch. Look, you gonna
They
watch
gotta
the
see.
movie. Oh
They
my
gotta see
God.
what happens. They gotta see
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
live HBO over here. You know what I'm saying?
Watch. You get a look at this.
It's it's live HBO. They get to watch. I've had some guys. Okay. So okay. I don't want to put them on blast, but I've had some guys call me about this very subject. But here's the reason why they called. These guys don't get no. They don't get no O's. You know what I'm saying? They don't get none. And when they did get one, they tried to play that game and they messed around on her. And that's when they started wanting her back. But as far as the guys that I know, that's they have handsome privilege, they never ever try to go back. Ever. I have never
Mm,
seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen him try to go back, reach backwards. It'd be different if she approached him and y'all both single, but I don't see him being like, man, she got a boyfriend right now. That doesn't happen. It
right.
legitimately does not happen. Like if guys that get women attention, they do not do it because there's no point.
Hmm.
I've never
Interesting.
seen it. I've never seen it. Never
Interesting.
seen it. Never seen it. That's why you have all the guys saying that because it's true. Like you never did it.
What? Have fear of missing out for no with
No,
a
well,
female?
like you see her with another dude, you don't care.
No.
Yeah, who cares?
No. I think I might have been close to experiencing it once, and then I learned like what it really was, and I was like, oh, I ain't missed shit. I just didn't know that. I just didn't have all the information.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, yeah, I didn't miss shit. I thought I was missing some shit, and then I learned the truth, and I was like, oh no, I ain't missed nothing at all.
I remember
Damn,
the bad times
I really dodged a bullet, huh?
before that ever happens. I remember
Yeah,
the bad times. They fresh. I
for
remember
real.
the bad times. Yeah, whenever I see one of them, like I see him all the time. I got a lot of exes. When I see him,
You
I'll be
you got
like,
a lot of exes. You a red flag, folks.
I know.
Damn, that's crazy.
Hold on,
He
hold
said,
on,
"I know."
hold on,
He
hold
said,
on.
"I know." Chat.
Natural born crash dummy.
Hold on.
My man got on Al Gore's internet and
Hold
said,
on.
I know I'm a red flag. That
Look,
boy
I got
crazy.
all of the triggers for what a red flag could possibly look like, but I got all the green flags too. You know what I'm saying? I'm there to confuse you. You better watch and find out. Watch me. That's what I got to say about that one. Watch me. You know what I mean? But that's usually how it goes. Like I see, if I see one, especially if I'm out like out in public somewhere, I ain't gonna say where, but if I'm out in public somewhere and I see one, I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember all that crazy shit she did. I don't want her.
You know what I think a lot of people got FOMO of? Fear of missing out on clout,
Yeah,
having they 5 minutes of fame. I
yeah.
think a lot of people got FOMO of that shit. They just want to have at least a wave. You know, be able to say I went viral once. Be able to say, you know what I'm saying? They looking for they moment in the spotlight. I think a
That's
lot
how
of people got.
TikTok got big.
Yeah, I think FOMO. Yeah, I think a lot of people got. No, I think TikTok got big because they paying that bread. You got people that don't.
They banned it. I'm
You
saying like,
got people that don't even want to be in front of a camera. That's like shit. There's money over here. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
we're talking about 10 years in now on TikTok. I'm talking
Yeah.
about when TikTok started, it was empty. You know what I'm saying? When TikTok started, I remember when it started. It was a stupid video editing thing where you would make stupid videos, and then you put stupid filters over them, where you like got powers, or you look like you a Dragon Ball Z character, and then you'll post it. You know what I'm saying? And then it turned into the dances, and then it turned into the challenges, the water bucket challenge, and all of them crazy challenges, right? And everybody was emulating it, trying to outdo the last person that was doing it. So a lot of people they jumped on them, and a lot of them still do. They jump on every challenge and try to do the challenge, hoping to stay relevant.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do. I'm just saying I ain't got that type of time.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Shit, TikTok's something different now though. You know what
It's
I'm
a
saying?
wave, bro. That's a
Yeah.
wave.
I mean, but look, you a content creator, so all you got to do is clip yourself and just stream your clip. I mean, just post your clips. That's it.
That's
Just
all I
clip
do.
yourself.
That's all I
Yeah,
do. That's
yeah.
all
That's
I
it.
do on
That's all you
TikTok.
got to do. That's all you
Yeah,
got
that's
to
all
do.
I do. That's all I
Yeah,
do. It's easy.
yeah.
Make up somewhere
Don't
else.
don't not participate. It's so many
Oh,
people right now
we are
that's
participating.
yeah, hell yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hold on. Y'all all watch, right? How long did it take us to clip that show come from a couple days ago? I think it was 10 seconds after we went off air. 10 seconds.
Clip,
You gotta be quicker than
bang,
you gotta
yeah,
be quicker than that.
yeah. Oh God,
We
we ain't
need
waiting on. We ain't waiting on nothing. I got AI for that. It's AI for that.
we
Yeah.
need that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We
sir.
just
But yeah, man,
nostalgia.
what's your closing thoughts on the question though? As far
I
as
think the question is you gotta live not just in the moment, but you have to enjoy where you at. That we talked about the complacency thing versus the contentment thing. You kind of have to be content where you at. Every step that you took led you to the road that you're at, and you got to take accountability for where you at too. If you
Mhm.
if you're somewhere where you don't want to be at, that's probably your fault. Actually, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it is your fault. If you're somewhere where you want to be, that's you're gonna take credit for that too, right? It's a double-edged sword. It swings both ways. It's a pendulum, as the song says. I think you got to just live and okay, I made a mistake. All right, I made a mistake. Own the mistake and move on from it. Don't make it again. What they talking about in that is, I guarantee you, it's not just one dude that'll do that to her. It's probably 10, 15. She on the internet pouring her heart out. It's probably a bunch of guys she feel that way about. She see them living their best life, and she at home on a computer typing emojis.
Yeah, I feel that. My closing statements on this would be, when it comes to fear of missing out, just understand that there's always another one. You know, until your clock expires, there's always another one, and I mean that with regards to everything, right? Like if your friend's going on a guy's trip and you really on a financial mission right now, and you feel you got FOMO and fear of missing out, and you got a whole budgeting strategy, you sticking to it, you trying to be disciplined, and it'll throw you off your axis if you participate in this trip. And sometimes that FOMO will make you make the decision to pull up to that trip, for fear of missing out. But you got to understand, as long as you take care of yourself and no catastrophes happen, you can, whatever destination they going to, whatever ship they got on, whatever flight they caught, whatever it is, there'll be another one. You can catch that flight and go to that place and stay at the same resort at a different time, and maybe it's not with them, but so what? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're supposed to be there, you'll be there, and if you're not supposed to be there, you won't be there. You know how many people, missed a group trip where somebody didn't make it back home, and they like, shit, I really wanted to be on that trip. I'm kind of glad I didn't go. You feel me? And sometimes it ain't even a group trip. Sometimes it's a group activity. You could be in your hometown. You get what I'm saying? So fear of missing out. You supposed to be where you supposed to be. You not where you not. Don't really trip off that. There's always another one. The same thing when it come to like people. When it come to like relationships and stuff like that. Like, it sound crazy to say, but like, if something not working out, or if it don't work out, it's because it's not supposed to. You know what I mean? And there's so many people on the planet that the statement literally applies. There's always another one. You know what I'm saying? And so that doesn't mean be dismissive. That doesn't mean be quick to walk away, but it does mean just understand what you need to understand when you need to understand it and move accordingly. As my dog Uncle Plug would say, you know what I'm saying? Act accordingly. So that's just what it is. But
everything ain't for everybody.
You said no, everything ain't for everybody. That's what I'm saying. So fear of missing out, not really a real thing. You just got to run your race and be on your journey. But that's my closing statement on the question of the day. Why do people succumb to fear of missing out? If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart and now hardened